I just want to show you this really cool little method that I use for storing my sourdough starter for an extended period of time. If you are going away or you need to take a break from your sourdough bread making for up to about 2 weeks, it's absolutely fine to leave your starter as it is in the fridge. Maybe just feed it up in a smaller amount and use more flour to make it a bit thicker, and it'll be fine for a couple of weeks. You just get it going again when you're back into it. Just refresh it and that's fine. But if you want to go for a longer period of time, then this is a really good method. A lot of people dry their sourdough starters and use that as a backup. That's really great too, but this is a bit quicker. The method basically entails making a really thick, just a small but thick dough ball out of your starter. Just get a piece of your starter. Hope you can see that. It's super active. So you get about a teaspoon of starter. That's all you need. And then add a little bit of water to that. Just, I don't know, a splash. Then you just add some flour to that to make a really thick, little dough ball. Just take that out of there and give it a little knead. Make your little dough ball. You can add some more flour to that if you want to. Doesn't matter. I'll add a bit more. So basically this is a very small amount of starter with a very large amount of food. So it's got lots of food to live off. If you added a big chunk of starter and only a smaller amount of flour, there'd be less food for it. I think about golf ball size is good. That's all you need. Now, this is the cool part of the trick. What you want to do then is get a container. It can be glass, it can be plastic. Put some flour in the bottom, just a few big spoons. Put your dough ball into the flour, just like that. Then cover that up with flour. This method is inspired by reading about the history of Desem starters in the Laurel's Kitchen Bread book. It's a Flemish tradition, but basically they would use like a dough method of managing their starter, and they would bury their little dough piece in a bag of flour. And don't worry about how much flour you're going to use, because you can just put that in your next bread that you make. It's fine, it's not wasted at all. This little dough ball in here will ferment and it will kind of rise up a bit. It kind of pokes out the top of the flour a little bit. Oh, sorry, my cat's playing in the background. It will keep for a really long time. The 2 reasons why it keeps so well: number 1, you've used a whole lot of food for a very small amount of starter. Secondly, there's no moisture on the top of that. It is just a dry container of flour, so it will not go moldy. It won't mold at all, so that will keep for a very long time. So all you do then is you can put a lid on it, you put it on tight, it doesn't really matter, it's not going to puff up too much, and you just put that in the fridge, and that will slowly ferment. You will see when you come back to it that it kind of pops up a little bit through the flour and the little dough ball cracks open. Once it's done that, I'll record again and I'll show you what it looks like, but it's a really cool method. Put that in the fridge now. Well folks, over 2 months since my holiday Desem style starter ball has been in the fridge. So here it is. Honestly, I have not taken the lid off this or done anything. You can see there's a slight little raised bit, I don't know if you can see it there, where the dough ball has expanded a little bit and jumped up. We'll take this out and I'll show you what it looks like, and I'm going to feed it up with some fresh flour and water. There it is. And we'll see how it goes. It's quite hard. It's got some more moist flour stuck to the bottom. It's very, very hard. Oh gosh. Oh, that's harder than the last one I did. Wow. Okay. See how it's kind of, don't know if you can see that. It's a bit sort of bubbly inside. It's very firm though. Oh gee, that's hard to break open. Okay, can you see that? You can see that it's obviously done some fermenting in there. Let me have a smell. Yeah, wow, it smells incredible actually. It smells sour. I'm going to have a taste of this little bit. Wow, it almost tastes cheesy. Basically, you just want to rehydrate it and then feed it up. I'm going to give it 70 grams each of water and flour, but I'm going to let it just hydrate in the water first. So I'm just going to put 70 grams of this flour in here now. It's just whole wheat flour from the holiday hotel. I'm just going to mix that through. Just giving a really good mix. Now, yeast loves oxygen. So whenever you're trying to revive a starter, always give it a really good stir, because the extra oxygen that you mix in will help it spring up. I'm just going to put this in a jar now, and fingers crossed it will jump up to life. Well, here we are the next day, and I'm very pleased to report that the starter, dear old Boris, has come back to life. I did give it another feed. It smells good. It smells just like it's meant to, or like it normally does anyway. So that worked really well. So you can make a little dough ball of your starter and bury it in some flour and put it in your fridge for at least 2 months. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope that was useful or interesting to some of you. I'll see you in the next video.